Welcome everyone to this episode of the Everfans show. I'm here today with Zachary Lavigne, our composer, and also the one that's working with me on world building for our our new show that is coming soon. We're still working on a few scripts for the first episodes. Let's start with that. Zach, how was the script for the first episode coming?
It's going pretty well. I'm pretty much, I think, halfway there. I still want to have it pretty well scripted and everything, so it's a good show. I don't like unscripted show, which is weird to say during a live, but you know, I don't care at all. Yeah. Some people ask. I just see a question that's interesting. Austin is asking, is it Cogent? We're building our own system.
We consider
we are
Cogent.
Inspired. Yeah, we are heavily inspired by Cogent. I think we both really like this system, so that's.
And we discussed about it with Shad too. He was the one that suggested that we use Cogent as a base for our system. We considered it, and it there are some things that don't fit with where we want to bring the system.
But there's a lot of things like Cogent. I will use it in the future for some of my game for sure. It's a good system. It's well built. Yeah.
Who is the narrator? I'm not sure what's your question exactly, Austin, about who's the narrator.
Yeah, I don't really understand it either. That's okay. The narrator. Cogent, someone asked what Cogent is the role-playing system invented by Shad.
Yeah, let me go and get it.
Yeah, for today it's more of a, just to get through the thing, we don't have any like big news or big announcement today, so it's mainly just, responding to your questions. So please be as active as you can in the chat, and we'll reply to
answer all of your questions. So here, for people who were asking, Cogent is the role-playing game invented by Shad, and you can go and download it on cogentroleplay.com for free. So if you want to try it out, I encourage you to try it out. It's a very good system. For some reason, they use a D20 on their logo, but it only uses D6.
That's funny, right? I remember. But it's a great system. I really understand. I really think if you want to play Dungeons & Dragons or a game like that, and you want to use a free system, or just you need a new system because you're tired of your old one, that's a great one. I really recommend you use it.
Basically, if you want a quick way to, if you want to understand quickly how the system works, basically you have D6s based on your skill. So if you're not skilled a lot, you start with, I think, 2 D6s, and basically how Shad explained it to me is that 4, 5, 6 is a success, and 1, 2, 3 is a failure. So the more successes you have, the more chances you have to move forwards. So with this here, I would have 1 success and 1 failure. So if the skill I was trying to use required 3 successes, then I would not have succeeded, basically.
I love what Emilio is saying, because dungeons and power level are stupid. Yeah. I totally agree. Austin, we don't have any true impact on what Shad is doing, so
Austin is saying he misses tabletop time, and actually, Austin, Shad told me he was planning on bringing tabletop time back. He's working with Jazza to bring this back, but I don't know when. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. They just told me that they were working on it. and I can't say anything for them. So
Yeah, just to answer Cameron, because that's really important, Shad's power level is over 9,000. That's the minimum he can have. To reply to Misting Rolf, yeah, if you ever want to play D&D, I know you like most of my pieces, so I'm down. If I host a game, I'll call you for sure. For kind of like Vampire, yeah, it does look a lot like Vampire the Masquerade, which is a system that I also really enjoy, or Mage the Ascension, which
let's
is
just
Vampire
take
the Masquerade,
a
but in
quick
better.
second just to talk about Shadow of the Conqueror, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
know some people are going to be here to talk about Shadow of the Conqueror, and I think it's important to address this.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear in our few last live streams, we've talked about the fact that the shooting of Shadow of the Conqueror is delayed by a few months. Let me just show you. This is the calendar that we are going to work with from now on. Basically, until October, we are reworking the script just to get it as good as possible. Because one thing I always say is that a film is a puzzle. It's like a house. It's something that's built from many parts, and you can't get a good film without a good script, or without good editing, or without a good performance when it's shot. Everything needs to fit together to create something great. And we want to make sure that our script is as good as possible before we start shooting. So we are reworking the script with Shad until October, where we're going to start booking our studios and locations. We also need to finalize the casting because there are a few roles that haven't been cast yet. We have until November to do that. Then in March, we are going to hire the crew that was not hired yet, because right now I think we are 20 on the team, and we're going to have to bump this up to 50 or almost 60 for the production itself. Then in May, we are planning to do the production itself and be in post-production from June to November. This might be a bit longer, but we're going to try to release the short film before 2022. That's our plan. So if there are any questions about that, we are open to answering about.
Austin has 2 questions. What roles aren't cast yet?
We still need to cast Old Dalen. We need to cast Lyra. And that's about it.
Can't we just use face apt on Dawson?
We are thinking of using Dawson's dad, but
yeah, that's true.
we're also thinking that we also want to keep the costs as low as possible to be able to put money in other places like costumes,
VFX,
or VFX, and having someone more come to the shoot is an expense that we're not sure is going to benefit.
Yeah. Or an orchestra. That's also
Misting
one of
Wolf.
the things we might want.
If there are some people from the Montreal area that want to be extras, we are gonna be we're gonna be open to having extras on the shoot. Well, obviously we're not gonna pay for travel for any of the extras.
Yeah.
So,
but if someone, for example, if we do the audition for extras and someone is further but still want to do it, will they be able to come here if they apply for it?
Well, if
they want to, I mean, because some people might
if
want
they're
to travel.
willing to travel and be an extra, basically we're gonna need extras in the 2 exterior scenes with Dalen and Lyra, basically to have passers-by in the streets.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So what I think, like Mr. World saying that he's in the US, but he will be happy to travel, which I think a lot of people, when we release the extra thing, will be
Again,
wanting to do it. So
one thing that is not sure, but that we're gonna work towards, is since we're gonna have Lloyd and Shad here, we're gonna try to do some kind of convention where people are gonna be able to come here and chat with Shad, Lloyd, Dawson, and we're gonna see in 6 months if we can get more people to come here. We're gonna try to get maybe a few other YouTubers that are nearby and would be interested in participating in this event. So, if the main challenge again with this is if we still have COVID around and if we still need to restrict the number of people that are together, we're gonna have difficulty to do a convention and bring a lot of people in to discuss with Shad, Lloyd, and other people like this.
yeah, that's for sure is a big thing. But yeah, Mr. Wolf is saying he's 4 hours from Montreal. I don't know where, but if it's in New Hampshire, that's really close to where I live. I have family in Montreal. Now I have an extra reason. Oh, an extra reason. I didn't understand your pun, Violet. So I just wanted to see it. Yeah, an extra reason because you want to be an extra. That's pretty funny. I am 15 at the moment. The only roles I could think of playing were the narrator because of my personality, random thing random script because of my age. For sure, if you're 15, I don't even know if it's possible to be an extra. Is it? Because I don't think.
Well, there are
minors?
restrictions for people under 16 on a film on a film set. If I remember correctly, you can't be on set for as long as someone of 16. It's stupid, but it's like that.
But if you're 16 at this point, because he's 15 at the moment, but we're filming in.
And in case if for the extras, it would be first unpaid. That's certain, and it would be just some people that work around in the background. There would be no interactions with the main characters.
Austin is asking, is Eric in the film?
No.
Yeah, I know. It's sad. We are reworking the script. We can just put Eric for some reason, right?
But to add Arik, we would need to add scenes, and
sure.
We can do a live with Ruxandra, and she can tell you what she thinks about it.
Yeah, Ruxandra is she does the budget and stuff. So yeah, if you want to ask her if we can have extra scenes, that's always a good idea. She won't be mad, I promise. And then you can just spam her that we need an extra too. So do you need a dazzling body for a Teresian extra? I don't think that's a bad idea. Why not?
Well, in High Dawn, there can be people from many
that's true.
Places.
That could be cool, actually, to have, like, people from Teresia, like, just in the background, but not necessarily having any,
Yeah, Arek is the companion of Dalen in the novel.
Yeah.
For Emilio, who's asking.
He's the coolest character. That's how it works. You have all the characters, and then you have Arek that's like.
But Arek and Dalen are basically the same character.
No, Arek is 5 times cooler than Dalen. Just be honest.
I don't agree. I prefer Dalen.
You always like dark and edgy character. That's why. Dalen loves to play a rogue in LARPing, so he can backstab everyone and be edgy. So that's why he prefers Dalen.
Oh, and we also need to mention our merch.
So I have 4 shirts, but
I have the Shadow of the Conqueror shirt here, and now I can be not mad at Zach anymore because he received his merch before me.
That's true.
And I was really mad about it.
good question in the comment. Speaking of, how's the recipe for the sticky bread coming?
We haven't reworked it since the last video we've posted, and basically I gave the bakers the shoot as the deadline, so they
Okay,
still
that's
have
good.
6 months to rework the
The
recipe.
Baker's is your sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a demon. Yes, the sticky bread. Greetings from 26 degrees Celsius, hot Germany, and it's nighttime, folks. 26 during night today. That's pretty intense. I know yesterday it was like maybe 10 while I was working. So yeah, are there any impressive feats Harek has done? Yeah, there's so much impressive speed that he has done, but if I don't want to spoil you the whole
one of the
book,
first scripts I made for the short film was including the battle between I don't think I can say it without spoiling the book.
The duel?
Well, there are a few battles that Arik is in, but I don't want to go into details and spoil the book.
True.
For people
you can just say the duel. People who have read the book will understand. Either say the duel or the insane part.
The insane part.
You know what I mean? Like everyone who read the book, if I talk about the insane part, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. Just say, are there any imprints of it? Yeah. So to reply to your question, yes, there's a lot of impressive feat. I really recommend you read the book because Arik is goddamn amazing. He's a cool guy, and the whole book is just amazing. I reread it, so yeah, it's just such a good.
Okay, one question I wanted to ask the fans. Do you want for those who are interested in role playing and wargaming for our system? But first, okay, I want to have your answers in the chat. Do you like the title for our role playing game, War for Diratia? We're not certain because since Diratia is in the title, we don't want to say that you can only use it in the universe of Diratia. It's going to be generic in a way that you can use it in other universes. But I want to know if you like that title. Because if you don't like it, we're going to change it as soon as we can.
No, it's really a good title. And also, just to add a point on that, I think it's really important that we still have a universe tied to our system. Even so you can use it for any system, it's good to have one that's already tied. Because generic role-playing system, whether it's Fate or GURPS, are fun, but it's annoying when you have to buy extra books when you need to do DMing and
you're right. And if we think about the two main systems, which would be D&D and Warhammer, D&D has the Forgotten Realms and Warhammer has the Warhammer universe behind it. The only thing.
Okay, so Dylan, I just want to say there's one comment that really is funny for me because he's Austin the American wrote Diratia how you're saying it. So that's how you're saying it, and it's pretty.
I really
hilarious.
like it. I really like how it's written.
That's how you say it.
Well, I like how he's writing it. It's cool.
I also like the anime joke, the Rebrilliant Century War for Diratia Academia. I just think you forgot the how's it called? Wait, I just need to think about it. The ultimate. I had it. It was the. There was a really good meme about that. Anyway, anime is mostly like that. Right now, I'm playing Sword Art Online Alicization Ridiculous, which is that long of a title, and most of these games are like that. But nothing is worse than Hyperdimension Neptunia 7.
Okay, so Arqua asks, what do we need to join this RPG? 12-sided dice? No, actually, you're gonna need a 75 sided dice. for some reason. No.
It's only 6-sided dice.
Yeah, that's one thing that was important for us. We wanted it to be simple, so we decided to go the same route as Cogent and use only 6-sided dice.
Do you like D&D, Dungeons and Diratia?
Dungeons and Diratia? No way. No way. No way. I'm
That's
not,
pretty funny.
I'm not naming that.
The Ultimate Battle of Destiny.
The Ultimate Battle of Destiny.
But I think we need to add this: the Ultimate Battle of Destiny 7: The Return of the Great Empire of Death. That should be the title.
Of Ez?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, but okay, no. So yeah, it's only 6-sided dice. We are going to just some announcement about the project. We are going to release some videos talking about how we're building the system and everything, and also the system will be released for free on the internet, and you'll be able to try it out with us.
No. It's not going to be released on the internet. It's going to be released in my basement, so you can get it for free if you come to my basement.
Dylan, you're really creeping everyone out right now. But
okay.
But yeah, no. That's the joke.
No, it's going to be available. I don't know where. Where should we make it available?
Yeah, I think it will be available on the Diratia website, maybe? Could you put it
probably,
there?
Yeah.
So yeah, the system will just be freely available, so you'll be able to test it out with us. We'll show you some games. And
Lightbringer 40k, Lightbringer 40k, I like that.
Lightbringer 40k, that's great. So can we talk about the game that we'll be alpha testing the system with?
Was that a question?
No, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, we can talk a bit about it. Well, one thing I want to know, again, do you guys prefer that we develop the system until it's almost finished and then show it to you guys, or do you want us to do playtests with you? Do you want us to send you... Well, right now we're at the alpha 0.05 version, so it's early access. In my mind, I have Minecraft when it was in its alpha version in mind. So do you want to have access to it super early on and playtest it and tell us what you like, what you don't like about it? Or do you prefer us to polish it more and then share it with you guys?
Austin and Cameron are both saying playtest, and that's what I was thinking, because the thing is that playtesting games is super fun, firstly. And especially, I'm pretty sure if you like Shadow of the Conqueror, I'm sure there's a lot of you that are... can I say that? Are DMs, right? So if you are able to test it with your group, for us, it's so good to build a system and just having your feedback. I think we should even do feedback sheet, Dylan. Like just have a sheet about feedback about everything, and then
I can create a form or something.
Yeah, Goober Guts is saying the Discord would be a good test ground for that, for sure.
Yeah, good idea.
That's a good idea. I'll post it in for sure. Playtest would be cool. Yeah, no, pre-alpha playtesting is really helpful. I think we should do it, because the thing is that we tried it, us too, but we always play the game how we design it to be played. That's how I see it, is that we're not going to playtest the game and try to break it when we did it ourselves, because the thing that we thought about on how to build a system is what we're going to test, right? So if this is like D&D, can I be the narrator person? So you're a narrator, Emilio. That's like the fourth question. Yeah, maybe. We don't know. The videos won't be as how can I say that? There won't be story video. There won't be story video for sure.
Zach, I'm doing something right now. Can you create a Discord server? And let's send the invite link to people in the chat. And if you want to discuss specifically about the system with us, you can go to the Diratia Discord server. I think it's a good idea.
I think so too. My Discord is currently updating, so it might take some time, but yeah, I'll create it. Yeah, for sure. Pike, I totally agree. I think the best thing is okay. At least I guess some basic rule how to play it are needed. Yeah, we do have some basic rule.
Okay.
Let's say we have the races. We have a lot of rules actually. How much page do we have right now?
I wrote 25, 27 pages
Yeah,
of rules.
so 27 pages, and we reworked it from the ground up at least 4 times because every time Dalen arrives, so Dalen is what he does when he creates a system is that he creates a tab with all the statistic for everything, and then he needs to rework it if he finds any small issue about the system. There's something quite obvious: no dungeons or power level. No, it's not a power level game, and it's not a big,
Okay.
it's not a big. It's how can we describe it? It's mainly like
there are a few things I want to discuss about it.
Yeah, sure.
Matt Colville just did a live stream a few hours ago. I watched a bit of it, and he was discussing the differences. Basically, was saying that there are two types of systems. There are the class systems and the skill systems. And ours is more of a skill system because I hate classes, and that's the only reason why. So.
But I mean, yeah, classes kind of sucks, right? Just thinking about it, like, so let's say you're playing D&D and you're like, okay, so I'm a bard and I want to learn one specific spell. Well, you have to take another class, which is completely stupid because if you go to a place where you're going to learn a specific skill, whatever the skill is, even if it's a spell, if it's how to unlock a door. Like in D&D, you don't unlock doors easily unless you're a rogue. That doesn't make any sense. That's completely stupid. And I mean, I've played Pathfinder, Starfinder, and D&D 3.5 a lot. A little bit of D&D 4, but still, class is just, it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. Let's just be honest.
Well, we're probably gonna have a video about classes, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we do have one. I just need to write the script. You can all spam me to write the script faster, so then will be happy because I will be working faster because doing 20 hours a week on the side project is not enough for him. But yeah, for sure. Can I play as a shade? Yeah, for sure. The system will be highly adaptable to any type of universe. So yeah, you can do a lot of this.
We can we can go into our basic idea. Okay. So the basic idea is that it's made to play a bit more like a skirmish war game than D&D. You can play lone adventures like in D&D, but the system is going to be built around you hiring mercenaries or hiring soldiers to come with you on these adventures.
And you need to manage your cash. That's really important too.
Yeah, and you're going to need to manage your cash.
That's
so, and
realistic economic system.
Okay, so the idea right now is that when you're going to create your character, it's not going to be a point system or a leveling system. It's going to be a cash system where to build your character, you need to take debt to study different skills. And you can put yourself in a lot of debt to get a very strong character, but then you're gonna have to produce a lot of money to be able to pay those debts.
Yeah, there's a lot more about it. You also, we have a whole system about assets, so you can own your own castle and then get some part of money from it every month. And then you can also own other things like that. And there's also a system of, how do you call it? Where people have to please other people. Like, let's say you're the captain of the
It's
guard. I think that's one of the most
yeah,
interesting parts of the system.
it's
So.
the no one rules alone, which is based on the videos by CGP Grey, where he explains the keys of ruling, and basically I systematized it in a way that when you have a specific role in society, you can't take any decision without taking into consideration who it's gonna affect, basically.
Yeah. So that's really the basics of
And
it.
now that I
listen
to myself, I think I really explained it not in a great way.
Oh yeah, that's so poorly. Just to add a little bit on what Daylan was saying. So let's say you're the captain of the guard. Well, you have an impact on the guards, right? But you also have a budget to manage. You also have to please the Lord. You also have to please the spy master. You also have to please like everyone else who has these roles. So since it's like that, any decision that you take will have a really large lasting impact, and that's when you play as a role-playing game. So the DM has tables and everything, and he'll be able to check what are the impacts that you get. You'll also have to manage how your troops are fed, what's the salary of everyone, and all the things like that. Plus, you also have to go to war, make combat, hunt dragons, So it's like there's a lot of things to do when you're playing as an RPG, but you can also play as a war game with system.
There are a few comments about matriculations, and
oh, for real?
Yeah, obviously, I already thought of how it's gonna be in the system to manage castles that have matriculations versus those that don't.
Yeah,
but the only difference basically is a castle with a matriculation, a soldier can shoot directly down next to the wall. But the castles that don't have matriculations, you have a blind spot near the wall where you can't shoot.
But yeah, that's the so there's a lot of thing about the system. I'm just gonna check some of the how are these soldiers paid? What ranks in the Army, Navy, Air Force, airships are available? So there's a lot in this question. So you have a hiring price. You need to hire the person. The hiring price will include, equipments, housing, and all the things like that. And then you have the upkeeping price that you need to pay every session, or if you're playing as a war game, you'll be paying every X amount of turn. So so that's how you do it. If you hire someone that is of higher quality, so when you're talking about ranks, let's say if you are in captains, you will have to pay him a lot more in the initial process, and still you have to pay him more in the upkeeping phase. So it's just calculating how much cash you have from your incomes and how much will be in your and at the end of the month, just to make sure that you don't declare bankruptcy, because in this game declaring bankruptcy is kind of like death, because you lose all your powers, not your magical powers, but I mean like all your political and stuff. I'm totally going to replace scenes from the book in this game. That would be amazing. I will really like to see that for sure. When I will finish the Discord, which is not done at all right now, so give me time, Dylan. But for sure, that will be a good thing to see. If you can even make small books or anything about the things that you had, we'll be super happy. Today, next thing, anytime mention the podcast.
Emilio said that it's a shame there aren't any matriculations in Minecraft. I don't know for you, but all my castles in Minecraft have matriculations. You just can't take any of my Minecraft castles.
That's true. Okay. So does the character's background affect their tier starting wealth? Let's just say it's really okay. So there's a big difference in when you play as an RPG or when you hire someone. So in this way, if you hire a lord or something like that, of course they're gonna have more money. But if you're a higher they will cost you more. But if you hire a peasant, it will cost you less. As a character, the starting wealth, if I remember correctly, it changed. is it the age? Can you just
Okay, so
go back on that?
The starting wealth.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
we have
changes
the
depending.
table for that.
Yeah, we have a
Right.
table. It's the table based on what period of time you're working in. So if you're in the antiquity, or if you're in the Dark Ages, it's going to be a different starting amount.
Yeah.
Because things are less accessible when you're in an earlier age. You can play Stone Age Warband if you want.
Or futuristic Starband too. Warband. Okay, so I think that's a good way. Do you have the table with you? Can you show it to the people, maybe? The starting world table? Just to answer the question
Yeah,
well.
I have to open the book. Just give me a sec.
That's okay. Maybe you can just show the few pages of the book right now. That'd be, I think, really appreciated by people.
I want to, but at the same time, it's so early that there are some things that are already not cancelled. Sorry, and that we won't be using. So, okay, let me just share the screen.
People ask for weapons. Are weapons going to be more loot oriented, or it will be more focused on buying better weapon? It will be focused on buying better weapon, or also, how do we say that? Also crafting better weapons, especially if you hire specific people. For example, if you're a lord and you have a good blacksmith, they will be able to build your weapon. Also, weapon will break, so that's a possibility. So you just have to think about that.
Okay, so that's the main page, the opening page with the nice art by Torbjorn.
We're really happy he lets us use his art. That's so great. So this is the Alpha 0.04. Can you just go see the starting wealth?
I just want to skip some things that...
Yeah, that's true. They're still in it. Oh, yeah, so that's the wealth. You can check the wealth.
So yeah, basically, if you're in the Stone Age, you start with 250, whatever your currency is. We're just putting dollar signs because it's easier. But it's 250 if you're in the Stone Age. So basically, it means that an iron weapon would be inaccessible to you. Basically. And if you're in the Space Age, you can start with $75,000. But there are still some things that we're going to change here, because I think we're going to add a few different things in the character building. I want to add there are 3 steps. So you have your character background, so where they come from. Then you have your character's culture, maybe. And then you have their what they studied in. Zach?
Yeah.
So it would be like 3 steps. And when you combine all of those,
I totally agree. It will be kind of like what's the game? Not Voyager. I forgot. You know, the space game in which you have to calculate what was your study and where you came from and how.
I don't know it.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can look into it depending on.
Yeah, we'll look into it because it's a good system for that. Do you have any other stuff that you want to check for the show for the system?
I just want to...
Stray shooting. Oh, that's a good one. I think the flanking system. It's really important because flanking is used in any type of... it's used today.
We're using a few formations. Tell us also if... Do you like the art style that we're using right now for the presentation? Of course, it's gonna get better, but
yeah, we're still in alpha, so
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna. It's enough of a sneak peek for now.
You're funny. It's not that it's enough for a sneak peek. It's just shy because we changed a lot of things recently, and we haven't had time to update it. We still need to film the first video soon. So for that, I'll need to go to Montreal, which is far, but that's okay.
So
and you'll be able to see world building not in too long.
And one thing
we do have. Wait, just a second. We do have religions and cultures. Yes, there's Gambisan armor. There's actually a whole system about which type of weapon you're using against which type of armor, how efficient it is. So Gambisan is a really efficient armor for some things, so that's really cool. Really happy about that.
There is gonna be studded leather, and it's gonna be the worst armor that you can have.
Yeah,
it's gonna be as bad as having clothing.
Except that it's not as good. I think clothing is good for piercing. Am I?
The three types I think that we decided was flexible armor, solid armor, and soft armor. Yeah. So basically, Gambisan is a type of soft armor.
It's a good type of soft armor.
Chainmail is a flexible armor, and you have plate armor, which would be hard armor. And Brigandine, if you're asking, would be a hard armor too. So,
Arqua asked me where I was from. Then he deleted his message. But yeah, I'm from Sherbrooke, so the same city as Kalimazil. So it's just around 2 hours from Montreal. So when we want to film, I need to go see them. So it's pretty far, but that's okay. It's not that bad. It's just 2 hours.
So right now, how the system works, because I think no, that's not what I wanted to do. It's that.
What are you showing? Oh, okay.
I wanted to show my my board.
Oh, okay, good.
So right now, how it works? It basically you have 1d6, and based on the result of your d6, it affects your skill. But the main thing that's going to be important is the skill and not the roll. It's going to be less randomness and more about how skilled someone is. So right now, how it works is if you have 1, you have a -1 to your skill. 2 or 3 is a 0. 4 and 5 is a +1. And 6 is a +1, but that allows you to reroll as well. So
but to roll another dice.
Yeah.
Let's not say reroll because that's not a reroll.
Okay, so that's a really poor roll. So basically the 1 eliminates the 6.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe we could do that the 6 is a +2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I told you that.
A +2 and plus exploding.
Yeah.
That way, if you get a 1 on your second dice.
Yeah, you're not screwed.
You don't get to 0. You still have +1.
Yeah, that'd be more interesting. I agree.
And it would make it more...
Can you show the 3D printed dice? Do you have them?
Yeah, I have them just here. So I printed dice that replace the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by
you can still play,
the result.
You can still play with a D6.
Yeah,
you can still play with a D6. Just be clear on that. It's a little like fudge dice, except that when you get to 6, you also throw another dice.
So you have the
that's what we call upgrading. Yeah.
The explode plus, minus, and the nothing.
Yeah, Cameron is right. The 6 needs to always have advantages. So what I would say about that is that the best way to do it would be to make it's a +2. So you're automatically adding at least a +1. But you can calculate the stats by yourself tonight for 4 hours. That's okay.
Yeah, well, I can open the stats right now.
Yeah,
if it interests some people
who like statistics.
Yeah. If you guys like Excel, then we're gonna get along very fine. Let me just find its new combat
To
rules.
reply, John, no, we don't have any special guest. We didn't have any special announcement either.
Yeah, so about,
so it's just for if you have
okay.
questions, that's the best time.
Yeah,
I
if
did
you
say
have any
Girl
questions,
Panzer, yes.
if you want to see some people specifically from the short film in our next lives, ask it now so I can plan for in 2 weeks when we have another live. Then I can invite these people to be here with us. So, because the main idea of this show is for us to discuss with you about the short film, about the upcoming projects, about what you want to see. So if you want to ask questions about the short film, if you want to see more people that talk about the short film and their involvement in the short film, just tell us who you want to see, and we're gonna bring them on. That's simple as that.
A lot of people will want Shad to be here for sure. I don't
Yeah,
know
well, I can't get Shad every time.
Yeah, that's true. He's pretty occupied.
I love talking with Shad, and it's funny because when I call him, we have like 3-4 hours discussions, and I'm like, damn, it's so fun to have these discussions. But I if we're live, we can't discuss everything that we're discussing in private. There are some things that so basically he talked about his land that he bought and on his channel now, but he discussed it with me a few times before, and I love real estate. So
yeah,
I was discussing about tips and tricks with him about buying properties, and I don't think it's something that we could have discussed live, but yeah. Just have Shad's beard fill in when he's not available. Like right now for Shad, I think it's 6 a.m, so it's also one of the challenges. We're in totally different time zones, which make it a bit complicated.
Zip Ties is saying who in the film has to sing. So I don't think any one of the actors has to sing, but we will have one singing piece, which will be the credit piece, which I'm working on at the moment. Right? That's good. I
think
Ark was saying I'm the special guest, by the way. He's cooler with me than you are, then. Tankery. I love the Tankery memes. Some people ask from the sci-fi weapon. Do you still have some of the 3D images that you made for the sci-fi weapon? For Diratia? That'd be really cool.
They're far. I can maybe find them, but
yeah, we've made many of the stuff like for the past 5 years for the universe. So I'd like to evade Lorraine. There's still questions she owes me to answer to. Is on Instagram too. Yeah, we are on Instagram for Shadow of the Conqueror. Please follow us there too. Sleep is for the week. So Austin is agreeing with you, Dylan. Yeah, Lorraine, that's a good idea. We could invite Lorraine again. That's basically why I wanted to do it with that kind of armor, so I can enchant it to be tank proof. A tank proof armor, do you think it's possible? I think that even if your armor was tank proof, just the impact from getting what's the caliber of a tank? I don't even know. It's so huge. Even with a .50 caliber, if you shoot someone with armor, they're still going to be really badly hurt. Do you have a bit of the song you could share, Zachary? No, I don't. Sorry, I just have the score at this moment. What do you want to say, Dylan? Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna show the Excel sheet.
Oh yeah, okay. So just before that, I'll just answer the two. Oh my God, you have so much. The Excel sheet is getting me a headache. For Cameron, shame nobody is singing. I loved Captain Blackheart's show-stopping musical number in the book. No, it's not a musical. I told people multiple times we're not doing a musical. I can guarantee you we're not doing a musical. You should get Scalagrim, Metatron, Matty Stan, and other sword tuber on. I kind of agree with that. That'd be good. Especially, I think we should get maybe Patrick from Kelimissel.
Yeah.
Plus a sword YouTuber, like Scalagrim and Patrick. Having these two have a conversation would be amazing. I'm just saying. Imagine Scalagrim and Patrick, like builders of Kelimissel sword.
It's just that Patrick's English is not super.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We can, and because I discuss with Patrick every week, so
yeah, we should get Patrick for sure on the live.
He was supposed to be on the live stream at the end of the Kickstarter, but he couldn't make it because he had the surgery. So, yeah.
Okay, so Animate Strength of Armor to World War II era, thanks. Because Modern might be stretching it. Yeah, Modern tanks are stretching it, and we also have Futuristic Drink. So it's possible. Yeah, so many numbers, I agree. So this is the statistic for the dice rolling. So if you want to check it out. What, you're doing a musical? No, Cameron, we're not doing a musical. We're not. Okay? I'm so tired. I don't want to do a musical. That'd be the worst thing, to have like Dalen just start singing. Oh my God. It would be worse than the Bleach musical if anyone have seen that. I know Metatron. Arqua says he knows Metatron. Do you know him personally?
If you want us to get the Metatron on the next show, if he's willing, we're open to discussing with him about Shadow of the Conqueror and stuff. I don't know exactly. That's the thing is, to invite someone on a show like this, we need to have some kind of
contact.
Not just contact. We need to have some kind of reason to invite them.
Yeah, that's true. Except me. You can just invite me anytime for no reason.
I'm just. I just have to think. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I know it's a lot of numbers, and it's how I work for statistics of like, okay, so how many chances does someone have to hit if they have this amount of skills, and what are the dice results going to be like? So what
it's important because you need a good curve. Because like games like Dungeons and Dragons don't necessarily think about it through, especially for the curves. So it gives weird stuff where if an enemy is stronger than you, you'll never hit it, and if an enemy is weaker than you, you'll kill it every time, and they have no chance ever, which doesn't make sense in actual combat. I'll just answer a couple of questions, Nathan. John, the short film will not include a trebuchet.
There are no trebuchet in
the book, so
in Shadow of the Conqueror. So, okay,
so get him to sing for a blooper reel. No, I won't. No one's gonna sing.
I think it's much more interesting like that. How we just changed the stat make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because you have way more chance of getting a +2, right?
You have more chances of getting a +2, a +3, and you have a conceivable chance of getting a +4 or +5, which earlier you didn't have at all.
Yeah, but at the same time we need to think about the damage. If you get a +5, it's pretty much an insta kill.
Yeah, but you have 0.8% chance of getting a +5.
That's pretty far. That's a lot if you're insta-killing pretty much anything. Okay, I'm just gonna check the
It's
question
not
real quick.
insta-killing. Okay, because if you have a +5, okay, so if your skill is 1,
Yeah.
Okay, and you okay? I have to change this table now.
Yeah, actually, Austin, you will be able to use any kind of technology. So you'll be the system how it's built right now. You can literally put a guy with a gun and make him shoot a dragon. So you'll be fine to do the Spanish conquest of.
Okay, so
Aztec Mexico.
basically, if you have a 1 of skill and you roll a +4, it's a 5 of score.
Yeah.
Then if your enemy rolls has the same skill as you but rolls a +2, they have a 3 of score. So you have a difference of 2.
Yeah.
And with your difference of 2,
It's 1 damage, I think.
Did we? Okay, so I think okay, I'm thinking again now.
It sure looks like it looks well, but there are too many figures for some people, for some guys. Arco, I just tell you, these tabs are not in the system. It's just how we build the system.
Yeah.
The system.
No
like
one,
people,
no
yeah.
one that's gonna read this book is gonna see this. This is just me exploring every single possibility in the system.
Yeah.
So I know that. So the idea is if you have, and this is like using a gun against plate armor. So if we're putting a long sword against, let's say, chainmail.
Yeah, that's more logical.
Okay, so
but yeah, no, it's just to test the system because sometimes
So yeah, it's basically you have your skill. So the guy if the guy has a skill of level 1 and rolled 4, he's gonna have a total of 5. So on a total of 5. Okay, so yeah, that's it. On a roll of 5, if his opponent got 3, he's gonna do 2 wounds. But it's a very good roll. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I think so too.
So you have 0.8% chance of insta-killing a normal soldier.
Yeah, which is
with a normal sword. If the
with another soldier, like 2 soldiers, yeah, it's not like a dragon because he would have a bit more chance.
So yeah, it works.
Yeah, so that's good. So that's why we use these tabs, is because if you just decide something in your head and you don't pass it through that, well, it might work, it might not work, you know? So we want to build something that works, and we know it works. Not just...
I'm gonna go again on... when Matt Colville once said that he worked on a system that he really wasn't proud of because there were super good writers on the that were creating the system and super creative people, but there was no one good in math working on the system.
Yeah.
And so the system was super not balanced, and they could create 2 characters with the exact same stats that were completely that cost completely different number of points. So you could have, let's say, a guy that cost 100 points and a guy that cost 50 points, and they have the same stats.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's why you need people that are good in stats. For us, it's Dalen. Dalen is the best one in stat. I'm the one that works for the fun department.
For the fun
So,
department.
yes. So I'm just always ensuring that the game is fun, which is really important then. But yeah.
So
Did we
yeah,
have anything else to talk today?
no, I think it was mostly it. If we just go back to this, then you roll your dice, and with this, it would just be the raw skill because I've rolled a 0 basically.
You
But
rolled a one?
if I roll this, it's a -1 on my skill.
Yeah.
If I roll this, this is a +2, and I get to re-roll. So this would be a
No,
+3.
not re-roll. Stop saying re-roll because it's not
Okay, so
re-rolling. You're adding a
it's
dice.
exploding. Yeah. So I get to explode my dice and add another dice, which would give me a result of +3 in this case.
Yeah.
So if I have a really low skill, let's say I have a 3 of skill, and no, let's say I have 1 of skill and you have 3 of skill. If you roll the 0 and I roll this, I can still beat you. Which
So Austin asked the question and he deleted it and he thought I didn't see it, but I had time. So what is better, 1 super soldier or 100 normal soldier?
100 normal soldiers.
Yes, exactly. In a system like that, if you have 100% just shooting at you, you're not gonna survive because it doesn't make any sense. It's the same thing as like if you're one dude and you're like really good with a sword and you go into an army of people, you're gonna die. Let's just be honest. You can't beat 100 people at the same time. You're going to share the current system, not this version because this version is the last version because we changed something and we need to update it. And also we need to make the first scripted video. And when we release the first scripted video and we have the updated version, then we'll share it on our website. Just keep track of the video as well.
Yeah, we just need to have, it was said a bit earlier in the chat, there are some people that say we need to have the basic rules set and make sure that these rules work before we start releasing and tweaking it.
Because before we do playtesting, if we release a playtest that doesn't work, it's going to be annoying for people to playtest it.
So yeah,
no, there's no anime protagonist in our system. I'm just gonna sorry.
Well,
it depends. You can be Goblin Slayer, I guess.
Well,
because he's smart.
You can create a very strong character because if you give it's gonna depend on the DM, obviously, but the system is gonna be built really for realistic level play, and it's gonna be, well, in my games at least, it's gonna be hardcore. So the players are gonna have to go about things thinking, and if they don't, they're gonna die. And I've been with a lot of my players very brutal about killing them.
Yeah, but I mean, if they do stupid shit, like that's how I see it.
I've killed players at a rate of like 1 death per game or per 2 games.
Yeah, but
which is quite high for a lot of people.
It's not that high. Like I've PK'd out the entire party sometimes. It's just like
I also have,
decision.
but
yeah, like for example, I had players at some point who were like, "Oh well, we can beat this army." I'm like, "There's an army," and they all died, and I'm like, "Well, what did you think? Why did you go against an entire army?" They were like, "Well, yeah, we were pretty cool." I'm like, "Yeah, but this isn't Naruto. You're not gonna shadow clone yourself."
And okay, so I had my players that were doing a medieval post-apocalyptic campaign. So basically, there was a mage that invaded a city with zombies, and they had to deal with that. And it was 3 mages that were doing all of that. And when they got to the final boss, basically the final boss was possessed by a demon. And if you killed the mage, the demon tried to get into your head and control your body afterwards. So the players just got into that room by mistake because I just followed the dungeon I had prepared, and they got into the final boss room not being prepared for it at all. And they saw the mage standing there in the middle of the room doing a huge spell that was very intense. And they all decided, well, let's just charge at him. So, I'm gonna let you guess how it finished. Well, it's not difficult to guess. They all died.
Because you already told it.
Yeah.
They all died.
So, yeah. It's, So, it's been an hour, so we're gonna finish the stream here.
You sure? Do you want? I just want to check if there's more question before. I just want to make sure if there's anything that I miss. Anyone, if there's anything that I missed earlier, just ask your question now.
Yeah, and guys, make sure to tell us. Yeah, you can get Shadow of the Conqueror merch if you want. But
yes, you can.
It's not what I wanted to say. Make sure to tell us what you want to see about the content that we're bringing out. We are starting filmmaking with and short film critique next week, if everything goes well in the editing room. I'm asking Michael every day, basically, is short film critique coming? Because
but it does take a long time to edit. Give him the time to do it.
Yeah, and if that's ready to release next week, we are also gonna do the filmmaking with. We're gonna interview the director of the film we are critiquing the next day.
Okay. So Arqua is saying, Zachary, you're still my special guest of the day. Thank you very much, Arqua. I'm still a special guest in your heart. That's pretty good. I'm not in Dalen's heart, but that's okay. Guts, please post the playtest link to the regular Discord in the regular Discord. That's a good idea. We could add it to the Shadow of the Conqueror Discord. I'm sure
a link that
would be
updates maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll link it also in the chat Discord. Just make sure if people want to playtest it, but it's one that will be ready for playtest. We definitely want to see film progress update for sure. We're updating you as much as we can.
Okay, we're gonna keep doing these lives like this every 2 weeks, I said, and you can ask any questions about the short film, and when we have something to announce about the short film, we will on these live streams. But obviously, for the next 6 months, we're not gonna have something new to say every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I want to tell you more about the short film, but at some point, I was discussing it with I don't remember who, but we've created video content about the Shadow of the Conqueror short film for maybe we probably did about 15 hours of content.
Yeah,
on
for
the
a
Shadow of the
film.
Conqueror short film for a 15-minute short film. I think so. We're creating hours and hours of content about the short film for a 15-minute short film, because the film itself is going to cost a lot. Doing this live stream here takes us a few hours, but doing the short film itself is going to take 2 weeks of filming with a whole crew and the cast, and
1 month of post-production,
and more than 1 month of 3 to 4 months of post-production at least.
And we're already in like 6 months of pre-production, and still we have stuff to do.
So I'm how can I say, it's just we want to be as open and share with you everything that we do. It's just very difficult to say new things after some time because we said most of what we need to say.
But still, we're still gonna update you, and if you have questions about the film, just ask them. Like, even if it's not a stream about the film itself, we're always monitoring the chat, and you can also ask them to.
Arqua, you said you hope Metatron joins in 2 weeks. I'm gonna contact him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it for you guys. I don't know what we're gonna discuss. I don't know exactly. But one thing, I think we should wait in 4 weeks though, because in 2 weeks it's supposed to be an exclusive live.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because we need to.
A lot of people were asking to have Lorraine, so.
Yeah, but we could have some other people from the team.
That's true.
As well.
Maybe Kevin. You didn't do a full one with Kevin, right?
No, Kevin was on for 15 minutes,
10 minutes.
On the final live stream. We could also do one with Anna as well. Anna wasn't on at all.
Wait, she wasn't?
No.
Yeah, then do it with her. Sure. But yeah, okay, so is there any other question?
So yeah, I just want to know exactly how you prefer to us to discuss things with you. I always like to be as open and as direct with you guys. Me and Zach could have filmed already probably 10 hours or even more of working on this system, but we didn't because I think it would be boring.
Yeah, it is boring sometimes.
Do you guys really want to see 10 hours of us
no, nobody wants to see that.
About
every little thing? Yeah, no, nobody wants to see that, but for sure, that's why we're doing scripted video for that. How about Hacksmith? I don't know who Hacksmith is, but
I've actually already discussed with them. I discussed with them early on because I wanted to have a metal version of Imperius. So I discussed with Hacksmith and I discussed with Todd's Workshop, and basically both of them were too expensive for our budget, and based on the specs for the sword that we have, they would be very heavy. And yes, we already thought about doing it in aluminum. It would still be too heavy. Only could you make it 20 hours of arguing. Me and Zach, we could.
No, but we won't because it's boring. We could easy. So, other questions? Random question. Any of you heard of a strategy game called Other Side? Yeah, I wanted to buy it, but I didn't have enough cash right now. I'm gonna buy it at some point. It's from Focus Home and Diratia, which I really like their game. Only could you make it? No, we're not gonna make 20 hours of arguing. I just think that maybe you can reveal some music. If I have some music next time, I'll reveal it for sure. But one of the things that right now I'm working on production music, and a big part of production music won't be released at all before the movie. I'm just telling you, like, I don't think we can release it before, right? Just because a big part is also like background music, so it's not. I can't do big.
We can release it before. It's just gonna be more weird.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be weird.
if people want to listen to it, I'm open to releasing it.
Yeah,
we're gonna have
to
check.
Can also check.
But at the same time, it's not gonna be the final thing until the end of the post-production. So it would be work in progress. We can show work in progress.
Yeah, for sure. We could do some whip. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, for sure. It's still. I just want to put the point that it's not. If I'm supposed to do other leitmotiv for other characters. These one will be released for sure. That's not even like Dane's leitmotiv, and I want to do Arek even if he's not in the movie. And I wanted to do Skyship, which you heard the theme, but I didn't finish producing it, which is just like the leitmotiv for Skyship. There's a lot of that I want to do. For sure, it's just extra work, but for sure these ones you will be able to see it. Emilio is asking, can we see storyboards? But it will make the experience of watching the movie kind of.
I can show storyboards, but not today.
Yeah, but
if you want to see storyboards, who asked it? Okay, Emilio. I think Emilio, you're a backer. So next week on the exclusive live stream, I'm gonna try to get Michael on.
Yeah,
he's the one who drew the storyboards.
Storyboard artist.
Yeah. So yeah, we could have Michael on and talk about storyboards with him.
Ark was funny, saying, I was just kidding. I know you can't reveal any more music unless Dalen lets you. Yeah, that's truly how it works. For me, everything I do is just I need to wait until Dalen lets me.
But even I can't release anything I want.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
I still need to go through the team and ask. And okay, I'm gonna tell you about. Maybe some of you have seen it. We've released a clickbaity video just to try to get more.
You released a clickbaity video. Don't put us all in this video. So Dalen, I want to tell.
I made the video. I sent it to the team. I asked them, "What do you think about it?" And they told us. They told me, "Post it, and we're gonna see."
It was the worst thing we ever did. The worst thing. I think it was like only dislike. It was the worst video ever.
I deleted
we tried it, I think, for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was up for 15 minutes. But
oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe clickbait is another stuff. So we just release, lives and stuff like that. I think we want to be close to people. We don't want to lie to people. We're not Jake Paul, We're just we're just doing stuff, We want you to have as much access to the information and as much access to the project as possible. And we want to be honest and be how we are. We want to be also we're not if you met any of the team in real life, you wouldn't see the difference between us in real life and us on YouTube. We're not,
I have swords in my room for real. I don't just put them up for the videos.
Yeah. Also, don't have anything weird in my room for sure.
Zach, hide your tentacles. It's not fair.
Hey! That's okay. Don't worry about it. Relieve the state of the art next time. At least it should be. Yeah, but I mean, I can always ask Dylan, but it's just that it's not as interesting as music. What I'm thinking about is maybe at some point, would you release part of the previs for the backers at some point?
No.
Okay, so no. You'll get just some work in progress for the music at some point.
But we're gonna release the previs, but after the release. Because the previs basically is the film.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the storyboards plus the voice of the actors plus the music.
Plus the sound effects. Yeah, it's pretty much the whole movie.
It's the film without the filming.
We have airship. Are they the equivalent to trains in Everfall? No, they're way cooler. Because most trains aren't
skyships.
Skyship. Yeah, skyship. But they're also really cool because they have pirates on them. which train usually don't have. We could do a whole film about train pirates.
Train pirates?
That's pretty cool, right?
The
I should add
problem,
it to my own
the problem
universe.
with train pirates
Yeah.
is they're unrealistic. And
Not necessarily. Wait for it. If you had a world in which you had to always be moving, okay, let's say you have like really fast enemies and everything, and the whole world is built onto trains that switch rail really fast, and people lives on train, right? Because they can't stop ever. Then you could have train pirates, right? I want that. I want train pirate. I am the Conqueror. That's your preview. Yeah. But also train pirates as soon as possible. We need train pirates. I'm gonna have it somewhere.
okay,
I'm gonna find a way.
if there's something we can discuss with people that we invite on the show, like let's say if we invite the Metatron, what we could discuss with them is realism and historical accuracy in film. Oh, by the way, that's one thing I wanted to discuss. It's a bit late now to discuss it, but I watched the first 2 episodes of Cursed on Netflix yesterday. So for 2 hours of listening to these episodes, I recorded myself for 30 minutes about inaccuracies in this series. I'm
And not Mortal Engine Snowpiercer. That's what I was thinking.
So yeah, I sent it to Frank, and we're gonna see if it gets approved to be on scene breakdown, probably.
Yeah. That's the thing that you need to know about everything that we do. We need to send everything to everyone.
And get it approved by everyone.
By everyone. So that's why we have limits on what we can publish.
But yeah, so the reason I'm gonna end with the trains, okay? So the trains, the thing about pirates is you don't want to get caught, and the thing about trains is they run on train tracks, so you can easily track a train.
Wait. If you have too many tracks, okay? That's what I was saying. If you would have a whole world that's covered in tracks, okay, and you have huge predatory birds going after the train, and that's the only way to hide, it's to be on the train, and the train are like going side by side, and then you have pirate train, that'd be pretty cool.
No.
I'm just saying, yes. Train pirates.
It's like your battleship idea of like a fantasy world on battleships.
Yes, it works.
It doesn't work.
The best thing. Yes, if you want to beat a dragon that lives in water, the best thing is to have a battleship. Okay, that's just.
I don't agree.
Yes. So you see, if you want 20 hours of that, we could do that.
So with this, we're gonna end. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment under this video once it's posted.
Super appreciated.
Like this video and share it with your friends. Share the channel. Make sure to comment what you want us to do in the next videos we're gonna release. And that is gonna be it for today. I'm not gonna let you speak again, Zach. It is finished.
It's just Cameron is saying, obviously you cover your tracks. Which is like the funniest thing ever, and I just wanted to put it on the show. So if you're a train pirate, you cover your track. I really like that.
So with that,
it's okay, Maxi, you can see it.
Thanks for being here, and have a great day.
Bye, everyone.